There we go. Okay. Great day, everyone. Some of you may already know me kasi feeling ko medyo favorite ako ng MA organizations to invite sa mga events ninyo. Lalo na kapag tungkol sa entrepreneurship. Mga 5 beses na ata yung invitation sa akin ng ME this year alone. Pero syempre, some of you might not know me at di nyo kilala, okay? So yeah, I'm Earl Daniel Villanueva, an inventor and entrepreneur. And I'm really happy for this opportunity to share with you some of the things I've learned in my journey sa engineering at entrepreneurship. Now, when I received this invitation for this talk, I immediately asked myself, ano bang masishare ko sa inyo tungkol sa entrepreneurship? Sabi ko, while thinking, why not I share with you the crazy ride na pinagdaanan ng company ko nitong mga nakaraang buwan. Like, we just lost millions lang naman nakita. Aray ko po. And honestly, I felt depressed. Not clinically diagnosed pero alam niyo yung feeling na natutulala ka na sa office. Ganon yung feeling. Pero kahit ganon, may mga commitments pa rin kami to our customers who believe in us. Kaya kailangan naming magpatuloy sa trabaho. That's why the title of this talk, Fail Fast, Win Big. Lessons from Engineering, Enterprise, and Entrepreneurship. Okay. Rekta agad tayo, no? Let's redefine failure. Failure isn't defeat. It's data. Most of us, kapag narinig natin yung salitang failure, automatic agad yung connotation na it's a bad thing. Pero, what if we change that? What if we change that connotation? What if we treat every failure not as an ending, but as a feedback? Failure, feedback. Sa lahat ng aspeto, you failed in your exams, maybe it's data. Ibig sabihin, may mali sa study habits mo na hindi nag-work and you need to change it. You failed in doing your project. Again, it's data. It's feedback telling you that you need to change your strategy and plan better before you even start doing it. You failed in your startup or business to survive. Still, it's data. Did you know that the number one reason businesses or startups fail is the lack of awesome technology or engineering in their product? Business fail because they ignored their users. Startups don't die because of lack of tech. They die because they ignore the user's real problem. Again, they didn't fail dahil pangit yung engineering. In fact, the tech was impressive. They failed because they built what they thought was malupit, not what the users actually needed. Lagay natin tong feature na to. Malupit to. Yeah, malupit nga yan. Pero kailangan ba yan ng users? Do you guys remember the BlackBerry? Naabutan nyo ba yan? Once upon a time, BlackBerry or BB was the dominant smartphone maker. Kilala sila for the secure email and physical keyboards. Their engineering was solid, bro. Secure network, durable devices, long battery life. Pero the problem? They ignored how user needs were shifting nung pumasok yung iPhone and the Android. I remember back then, while Apple and Google were focusing on touchscreens, app ecosystem, and consumer-friendly experience, yung BlackBerry, stuck sila dun sa idea nila na malupit. Physical keyboards, enterprise email, and corporate IT control. Assuming na that's all the user wanted. Mga assuming kasi. Meron namang data. And the data was clear. Declining sales. By the time they realized user preferred bigger screens, better camera, and vibrant app store, it was too late for them. Their tech wasn't the problem. Their failure to adapt to changing user behavior was. Again, they failed to listen to data. Data will never fail you. Here's what I can tell you guys about data. Data will never fail you. You know what? I'm a data-driven person, a data guy. There's something thrilling and powerful about holding data in your hands, about seeing patterns that no one else sees. You analyze, you forecast, you map out what's ahead with the data, di ba? It's kind of magic. Actually, a control na most of the people doesn't have or doesn't know na possible pala yun. But the truth is, sometimes you wish the data would lie. You wish it would soften the blow, twist the story, or somehow rewrite the reality. But that's the thing about data. It's brutally honest and it's freaking real. You can run every algorithm that you want, check every trend that you know, but in the end, it delivers the truth even when it's not the truth you want to see. Parang ano lang, parang jowa niya lang. Parang nararamdaman mong nanlalamig na. Hindi naman siya ganun. And that's where it hurts, no? Because you can't argue with it. Can't argue with data. Parang baliw na, no? Nakipag-argue ka with data. And we cannot ignore it. Can't wish it away. The numbers or data are right there in front of you, reminding you that you wish you could change. So even as the data guy myself, there are days I wish I could break free from the facts, from the certainty that data gives me, and let myself believe na just for a moment, sana naman, no? Na that life could be rewritten outside the data. But I want to share you guys, kaya especially tayo mga nasa engineering field, we should be a data-driven. Madalas, yung mga ginagawa din, it's life and death situation. So, hindi mo pwede sabihin na you make a project and sasabihin mo na lang, hindi, basta yan. Ganyan yan. Pwede yan. Pwede yan, pwede yan. Diba? Hindi mo pwede sabihin ganon. You need to have a data. Yung mga actions natin should be based on the data na meron tayo. Hindi yung feeling ko kasi. Okay? Data will never fail you. The idea here, the faster you discover what doesn't work, the faster you can find what does. Don't be afraid to fail. Trust data. Again, redefine failure. Okay, next. After redefining the failure, the next thing I wanted to share you guys is speed is a competitive advantage, especially in business. In tech and business, delay kills more dreams than failure. You need to move quickly with small, testable ideas instead of spending months perfecting something untested. Honestly, I don't know how else to stretch this point. But yeah, if you have an idea, just do it. Execute it. I grew up experiencing both rich and poor communities. Lumaki ako dun sa parehas na community, sa mahirap and mayaman na community. And one thing I noticed, kapag may idea ang mga taga-rich community, they're simply executors. Walang what ifs, walang excuses. They just do it. At first, hindi ko sila maintindihan. Kasi parang, they actually don't care kung mag-work ba yung idea o hindi. Pero as I become an entrepreneur myself, I learned and realized, it's not that they don't care. They do care. Pero hindi lang doon, hindi lang doon sa resulta yung kung mag-work ba or not. What they really care about is the learning they gain after executing the data. Yung aral na matututunan nila after executing that data. Hindi nila need na perfectong buong plano na to. What they need is to execute it and see the knowledge na makukuha nila doon sa in-execute nila na yun na idea. And this is where the idea of fail fast, win big comes in. Di ba kapag sumasali kayo sa mga workshop or seminars, ng mga business building seminars, madalas na advice, gumawa kayo ng business plan. Yung tipong gagawin mo itong months, minsan years pa nga, para lang ma-perfect yung ideal business plan. Super traditional, super detailed, lengthy documents. Alam niyo ba, madalas yung business plan na ganyan, mga 20 to 50 pages plus. Di ba? So, ang haba-haba nun. So, now, here's the sum of the positive lang sides ng paggawa ng business plan. The positive side is yung pagkakaroon ng detailed business plan. Pwede mong ipakilala sa mga future investor mo or kahit sa mga bank na pag-a-applyan mong loan yung pagkakaroon ng business plan. Kasi sa business plan nila makikita kung paano lalaki yung pera nila or in the case of banks, kung legit at hindi scam yung business mo. So, for business, madalas mabilis ma-approve yung mga business na mayroong mapapakitang business plan. And ngayon, let's go with the negative side. Just like what I said earlier, sabi mo, 20, 50 plus pages, di ba? Ang tagal niyan. So, taking too long to finish. Pag matagal matapos yung business plan mo, most of the times, it's irrelevant. Panis na. Kaya huwag masyadong mag-stuck sa paggawa ng perfect business plan. Okay? Instead, move fast. Test agad sa real customers and keep changing based on what they actually say. Sir, parang itong dito sa project na ginawa mo, parang mas okay na medyo itaas to. Or something, parang mas better sir na touchscreen to instead the button. Diba? Test mo agad sa real customers. Launch mo agad. Doon mo kaagad makikita kung saan ka nag-fail. At doon ka mag-decide kung babaguhin, ipipivot mo siya, or tigilan natin to. Tigilan natin to idea na to. Kasi, alaki pala. Hindi siya feasible na gawing isang business. Alaki ng gastos, tapos maliit lang yung profit. Okay? And then, next, after Speedy's competitive advantage, the next thing I wanted to share you, if you are planning to be an entrepreneur, you need to have a mindset of continuous learning. I have a business partner who's also my mentor, not just in business but also in life. He is Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez, also known as the voice master of the Philippines, the man behind the 1,000 voices. How? Siya lang naman yung tao sa likod ng mga boses na naririnig niyo, mapa-commercial, sa TV, or sa Netflix. Yung mga Tagalog dub shows doon, karamihan, gawa nila. Namin pala. Later, I'll share kung bakit ko sinama yung sarili ko. No? Pagdating kasi sa continuous learning, I think he's the best example I can give. Wala siyang ginawa kundi mag-aral na mag-aral araw-araw. Even kapag nasa car kami, going somewhere, it's either nakikinig kami sa YouTube or we're talking about something that will help us grow. He's been in the voice industry for 3 decades. 30 years. At yung company niya, running strong for almost 20 years now. That's legendary. One thing I really admired about him, bro, walang katapusan yung pag-aaral niya. Matanda na yan. pero yung aral pa rin ng aral. Teka, naka-live ba to? Please tayo, sir. So, yeah. Pero seryoso, ang point ko dito, maraming tao, kapag tumatanda na, gusto na lang nila ng puro entertainment. Wala nang gana to learn something new. Pero learning should never stop. Especially if you're entrepreneur. Ngayon, with the rise of AI, wala siyang ginawa kundi mag-aral about it. To the point na mas malakas na siya kaysa sa akin when it comes to AI. Ako na ngayon yung natututo sa kanya about new tools. And take note, he graduated from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, with Bachelor of Arts in Speech Communication and MA, Master of Arts in Broadcast Communication. Ang layo nun sa tech, no? Ang layo nun sa programming, ang layo nun sa AI. But right now, he's the number one when it comes to voice AI in the Philippines. How did he do that? Continuous learning. Alam niyo, whenever I go to the office, dun sa office sa Makati, and yung man cave, actually, yun yung pinaka, sa building. So, meron pa siyang pinaka, let's say for instance, workspace. Ito sa picture. Wala siyang ginawa. Pasok everyday and then, wala siyang ginawa kundi mag-aral lang na mag-aral dyan sa lugar na yan. Full of, yung kwarto na yan, full of, what do you call one? Cool stuff, cool ideas, and cool money. Ayan. Kasi puno-puno ng idea and you can translate it to money. Okay? Okay, again, how did he do that? Continuous learning. Also, earlier, I used the word namin pala. Because I've also been in the voice industry. Yes, I'm a voice artist. I've done voiceovers, voice impersonation, dubbing, at yung boses ko kung saan-saan nakakarating. Ginagamit pa nga sa airport sa Canada. And the skills I learned in voice acting, gamit na gamit ko ngayon sa company ko. I'm pretty sure kung di ako nag-aral ng pagboboses, ang pangit siguro ng mga nilalabas namin voiceover for our video ads or even the video collaboration we do with our partner companies, no? So, sample, no? Sample. I always do this and the people in ME organization really love this. Try natin ngayon what do you want? Event din yun, no? Pag mga voice impersonations, when we are teaching sa mga students, later I'll share yung students namin na 10 years old. Okay, everybody, let's say the magic word. Miska, Muska, Mickey Mouse. Okay? Or something, what do you want? Damulag. Hoy, dito! Lumapit ka rito! Ako ay may dobo! And then, Stitch. Ohana means family. Family means nobody left behind. So, yun. Other than that, sa voice industry, I've also been into lots of industry. Journalism, filmmaking, nag-director ako, nanalo kami ng different national na competitions for filmmaking. And of course, this engineering world, which I'm deeply in love with. Ba't ko ba sinabi to lahat, no? That's the point. Lahat ng natututunan ko, kahit galing sa totally ibang field, nagagamit ko pa rin sa entrepreneurship and engineering. Because at the end of the day, no learning ever goes to waste. I remember back then kasi, especially with the rise of technology, especially sa generation na to, madalas people tend to learn lots of different stuff. And sometimes they call themselves jack of all trades, master of none. But at the end of the day, di ba? Kala nila back then, also me, I thought back then, kasi ang dami kong industry pinuntahan. Sabi ko, ano ba to? Ang gulo ba ng buhay ko? I don't know which path na ang kukunin ko. Until, at the end of the day, nag-connect the dots lang ako backward. Lahat ng mga natutunan ko, yung mga different industries, nagamit ko ngayon siya. Saan? Sa field ko ngayon sa engineering. Okay? Again, at the end of the day, no learning ever goes to waste. Continuous learning, hone your skills. Be addicted to learning the things you want to learn. Again, what I'm trying to say here is that you need to hone your skill. Diyan lang tayo pwede maging addict. I remember when we were kids, di ba, lagi sinasabi sa atin ng parents natin, anak, mag-aral ka ng mabuti. But as I become learner and educator myself, I firmly believe na mas magandang sabihin na, anak, mag-aral ka ng gusto mo aralin at pagbutihin mo. I'm sorry to say this, but you need to prioritize learning over good grades. Again, prioritize learning over good grades. I've been in this industry for a decade now. I've already worked with lots of engineers, and some of them just graduated engineering. They are not good at the things they are doing. They just graduated engineering. I actually don't care to whatever title that you have. You're an engineer. Who cares? What I care is how you use that title to make a positive impact in this world. Education isn't limited to what's inside the school or the university. Explore outside the curriculum. Find your tribe, your community, network, establish strong vision, volunteer, empathize. Join startups, competitions, workshops, hackathons. It usually incorporates all of the things I said. After honing your skills, of course, dito na papasok yung grit in action. Okay? Persistence, skills. Skills can open doors, but persistence is what keeps you in the room. Always remember this. The best engineers and entrepreneurs aren't always the smartest. They're the ones who don't quit when it gets hard. Second, consistency builds breakthroughs. It's not about one big push, but about showing up again and again. Remember this, guys. Remember, great inventions, machines, and enterprise are built by consistent effort, not overnight luck. Wow. Ow. Nakita na sa internet, kapag may someone nag-success sa isang business and a feature, swerte niya talaga. Gusto kong sabihin na, kutangan kita dyan eh. Anong swerte? Di nyo alam yung great na ginawa niya na lots of failure they've been facing every day. And before sila mapunta dyan sa estado na yan, sobrang daming hardship yung pinagdaanan nila. Maraming di naniniwala sa kanila, but they still continue doing what they love. Grit bridges failure and success. Fail fast gives you lessons, but grit is what carries you through until you finally win big. Remember this, without grit, failure stays as failure. With grit, failure becomes progress. Actually, the grit thing, grit, Grit, actually sometimes cliche na siya eh. How? Because people always say this, but they didn't tell you how to have a grit. Di ba? Laging sinasabi yan sa mga online kapag they're speaking with founder, CEOs, sabi nila, kailangan mo ng grit. Pero ang question, how to have a grit? Ang sagot ko lagi doon, build a business based on something that you love. Di ba? Kapag mahal mo ang isang bagay, kahit anong problema o hirap man ang dumating, hindi mo yan bibitawan. Love yourself a little by building stuff that makes your inner child happy and your adult money happy. And after grit in action, this one, give back the community. So, the concept here is this. Sobrang successful ng business mo, give back to the community. So, these are some of the ginagawa ng EveTech. So, we're going to different schools, universities all over the Philippines. And we're sharing the things that we know. So, hindi lang naman sa, what do you call one? Hindi lang naman sa pagpunta sa mga different university ang isang way mo. Ang isa sa other way ng EveTech is sharing legendary projects online. No? Something that will help the community. So, our one of the projects na open source is this Mecha Maven robot. So, most of the educational robot, yung mga company na nagsasabi na na we're doing this thing because we want to revolutionize the education of robotics in the Philippines or in the world. Utot mo, revolutionize, magkano yung kit mo? 80,000, 100K. Paano mo revolutionize yan? Utot mo. Di ba? So, sobrang inis ko doon. Pinablish ko tong Mecha Maven na to. So, this Mecha Maven, if I'm not mistaken, basically, a board siya. In open source lahat ng niya, circuit board, PCB design, the 3D, the programming, basically sharing talaga sa mga especially sa mga teachers na gusto nilang gamitin yung robot na to sa university or school nila. And since I published this to Autodesk Instructables, which is online siya, ginagamit tong same project ito ng from other country. Kasi kung realize, ang concept kasi ganito. Ayaw kasi magbanggit ng company name. So, ang other company, ganito ginagawa nila. Gagawa sila ng isang board ng robot and then gagawa sila ng isang sensor. And yung connector ng sensor going to the main board nila is customized for their robot only. Hindi ka pwede bumili ng separate sensor at ikakapit mo sa board nila, sa PCB nila. Ang concept niyan, let's say for instance, ultrasonic sensor, distance sensor, that's ultrasonic. Ang distance sensors is 45 pesos only. Pero pag bumili ka sa company nila ng ultrasonic sensor, nagko-cost yun ng 300 or sometimes 500 pesos. That's freaking joke. Okay? So, yan yung isa sa mga ginawa ng company namin, open sourcing projects that will help the community. Okay? So, isa lang yan, no? Isa lang yan sa mga ginagawa namin. And yeah, sharing, robotics, 3D printing, and giving back to the community. So, again, sabi ko kanina, earlier, before I start, I share the video. Lagi kong ginagawa yan. And those are just one of the things that we are doing. We give back to the community through teaching things that we know, like programming, robotics, electronics, 3D, and engineering stuff. And we know that we are great with this stuff. Ang sinasabi ko nga lagi, we're basically the LeBron James of this stuff. King Kong status, straight up legend. Diba? Ang sarap magyabang, lalo na kapag you are doing greats and helping the community. And I always say this sa mga talk, no? At the end of the day, success is not just about how big your enterprise becomes or how many wins you collect. The real measure is, did you make life better for others? Did your journey open doors for the next generation of engineers? Remember this, guys, especially kayo, I'm not sure kung may mga first year dito, pero sa mga, especially mga graduating na. Engineering is service. Business is service. Enterprise is service. So when you win big, don't forget to give back to the community. So, we're not the pinaka mayaman dito sa when it comes to the R&D world, di ba? We just love to give back to the community. Kasi personally, I've learned, gumaling ako because nagkaroon ng mga open source projects without, did you know yung mga you are guys engineering students. Kung nakagamit na kayong 3D printing, alam niyo ba hindi mabubuo ang 3D printing like kung gaano siya kalupit ngayon kung yung mga people na gumawa back then nakauna-una ang 3D printer is hindi nila in open source yon. Open source meaning posting or sharing projects and anyone in the world will help to improve that project. So, I'm just giving back to the community by sharing the things that we know. And yeah, so with the EVTech Research Group, ito yung isa sa mga latest project namin. Basically, do you know guys, sa mga airport, yung mga scanning ng katawan ng tao na mabilis na parang pinabox and nandun yung what they call that one. Yung temperature nila. Yung mga ganung machines sometimes cost around 100K to million pesos na machine. But in collaboration with researchers from Ateneo, so we build this. Alam nyo ba yung million, yung somewhat thousands of projects na yon? Nagawa lang namin in just under 20,000 pesos. 20,000 pesos yung million. So, yeah. Isa yun sa ginagawa ng EVTech Research Group. Yan yung mga under company ng EVTech. So, yeah. Other than that is yung with the medtech professionals, gumawa kami. Ito din, same din to. So, mamahaling machines na ginagamit sa medical field. And we build it ng, what do you want? The cheaper, but same quality. But cheaper price. Kasi madalas, especially nung napasok ko sa industriya ng R&D, research and development, pag-business, especially sa medical field, I realize madaling yumaman kapag meron kang connection sa medical. Kasi yung mga binibuilt nila mga machines, madalas isang company lang sila. And sila lang yung nag-distributor to different medical industry. So, yeah. And next is under EVTech Academy. So, this is one of the student. I'm very proud of this student. His name is Jean. So, na-feature kami with Autodesk Fusion 360. And that's Future Story. And yeah, this student is 10-year-old only. Actually, kaka-11 niya lang, di ba? Pero itong student na to can do C++ hard-coded programming. Di ba? Gumagawa ng robot yan, gumagawa ng website yan. Control yung mga lights nila sa bahay using yung phone nila. Di ba? So, last lang, if I'm not mistaken, last month lang, nanalo sila ng laban sa buong Pilipinas ng competition, nag-champion sila. Robot combat, tama. So, they build their robot and yeah, nag-champion sila. Siya yung what do you call one? Nagko-control. Talo. I don't know if nandito sa Denver from other chapter ng ME organizations. But yeah, sila yung mga magkakalaban that time. And yeah, these are the local and international partners of EveTech, PCBWay, DF Robot, Electro, Maker Lab, Creative Voices, and HMR and Cycle. And yeah, that's it. Follow us. Ito yung mga naman, socials. EveTech at YouTube, Erlingal PH, EveTech Research Group sa Facebook. And that's it. As always, keep learning and have fun. Thank you, everyone. Oh, teka, magkakaibang industry no? So, actually, ginawa ko tong talk sa isang, if I'm not mistaken, sa chapter, Cavite chapter ng PSME. Ang idea dito, guys, ang ginawa kong joke doon, Calabarzon, 12K! No. So, ganito guys, make sure you build your portfolio. Kasi pag malakas yung portfolio mo, yung company na yung mahihiya sa'yo na na offeran ka ng 15K, 12K, Calabarzon 12K. So, sa amin, sa R&D, sa mga R&D, pumasok ang isang mechanical engineer, tas especially malakas yung mechanical engineer, maliit na yung 50 when it comes to R&D. So pero kung other industry, magkakaipakasing industry yan. So madalas binabarat yung mga yung actually hindi lang mechanical engineer. Lahat ng klase ng engineer binabarat. Madalas lang talaga malaki ang kita sa R&D kasi napaka-stressful. Every day you have a problem to solve. So, kapalit naman nun, you have great kita. But I always share to everyone who's asking me about money, make sure na malakas ka dun sa field mo na yan na pinaaral mo. Diyan sa skills mo. So, yung future companies na papasukan mo, sila na yung mahihiya na mag-offer sa'yo ng mababang sweldo. Ganun. That's it. Bias ako eh. So, ang i-share ko is Autodesk Fusion 360. Now, kidding lang. Pero, kahit hindi pa kami partner with Autodesk Fusion 360, ang talagang tinuturo ko na aralin is Autodesk Fusion 360. Kasi legendary ang Autodesk Fusion 360 na hindi na-realize ng iba. Especially sa workflow namin, sa Autodesk Fusion 360, you can do simulations, you can do PCB design, circuit diagram, and all the, what do you call one? Sa ANSYS tools, alam ko, tinuturo sa inyo din yon. So, meron din yan lahat inside the Autodesk Fusion 360. So, sa lahat ng mga, especially sa EveTech Academy, school ng EveTech, ang talagang tinuturo namin, and we go to different universities. Actually, kami nagpapalaganap kami yung virus na dito eh. Good virus sa Pilipinas ng Autodesk Fusion 360. Natatawa kami gamit ng mga, madalas, ang gamit sa solid ng mga university is SolidWorks or Onshape something yata yon. Pero ako yung virus na kaming EveTech nag-share ng Autodesk Fusion 360. Kasi one of the cool thing about Autodesk Fusion 360, if you are currently a student, you have 1 year free ng 1 year free license. Okay? Pero until makagraduate ka, meron kang license, free license. And also, ang dami kong pwedeng masabing great things about Autodesk Fusion 360. Hindi ako bias, pero ang lipit niya lang talaga, no? Ang malipit pa doon is yung concept of cloud ng Autodesk Fusion 360. Okay, you're doing your 3D CAD on your laptop. Okay, gusto mo mag-change doon sa desktop mo. Since naka-cloud siya, mabilis na ma-transfer. Actually, automatic ng transfer yung files mo doon sa desktop mo. And also, pwede mo na makita sa phone mo or tablet mo. Yun yung cool thing na hindi kaya gawin ng ibang softwares. So, start with Autodesk Fusion 360. Just use your ID, school ID, to have a free license. Yon. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, talaga, alam niyo ba, madali lang sabihin na business owner yan, founder ng company yan, ang mayaman yan. Pero alam niyo bang namatay na yung mga yan sa field ng sa mga, especially pagpapasok kayo ng ng business, no? So, kailangan, actually, walang concept ng i-ready yung sarili eh. No? Kasi lang eh, walang idea ng ready. Sasapakin ka na lang bigla. Sasapakin ka bigla ng realidad na, okay, ganito pala yung business. And yung tanong na kung ako ng failure, sobrang dami. Pati rejections, kaya sabi ko, I'm the master of ng rejections, ng failure. Kasi especially, when I starting with electronics or engineering stuff, doing projects, sobrang dami kong failure. Kasi, and after failure, it's a data for me. Na, okay, ano bang mali dito sa ginawa ko na to? Bakit nag-fail tong project na to? And with that data that I have, I use that to improve yung, I use that data or yung failure na yun to improve yung next project ko, yung project na currently na ginagawa ko. Yun, yung mga idea na mga nangyari na yun. Ang nakatawa pa rin, especially kapag kapag papasok kayo sa industriya ng pag-business. Kaya sabi ko kanina, make sure yung gagawin yung business is mahal ninyo. Kasi pag mahal ninyo, aaralin ninyo. Huwag kayo magtatayo ng business na hindi nyo alam. Okay? So, ako, as a business guy, so, I make sure na lahat mga pinapagawa ko sa mga tao ko, alam ko rin paano gawin. Kasi madalas, pag di mo alam, lolokohin ka. Okay? So, madalas maloloko ka dyan. Kahit anong pagiging mabuti mo, hindi maiwasan eh. May ganun talagang tao eh. It happens. Di ba? Wala tayong magagawa sa mga ganun tao. Ang pwede natin magawa is maging mabuting tao. Yun lang. So, at the end of the day, there's a thing called karma. And also, how do I cope up with those happening? First, I acknowledge na masakit. Masakit talaga yun. Di ba? Sabi ko nga kanina sa start ng intro ko, natulala ako ng mga ilang weeks. Kasi hindi naman biro na mawalan ng malaki. You're expecting that money. Tapos bigla ka na lang wala kang magawa. And magawa ko lang matulala. Ganito, acknowledge siya, saktan ka. And after that, or nagkaroon ng failure dun sa sistema na nangyari. And, what do you call that one? Ang pwede kong sabihin dito na bukod sa pagtulala na ginagawa ko, no? I guess, isa sa mga ginagawa ko is to continue lang. Gaya nga sinabi ko yung grit. Hindi ako pwedeng tumigil sa pagtatrabaho or paggawa ng project namin. Kasi there are other customers who believe in us and nag-trust. Tandaan nyo to guys, sa business, mawalan na kayo ng pera. Huwag lang yung trust ng tao. At again, ulitin ko, mawalan na kayo ng pera. Huwag lang yung trust ng tao. Kasi, idea ko dyan, legendary ang trust. Kapag nasira yan, especially word of mouth from people, pag sinabi, ang pangit ang service nila, yari ka na dyan. So, I can say nga na most of our mga customers is nanggagaling from word of mouth. Huwag kayong gagawa ng masama against with your customer na nagtiwala sa inyo. So, mawala na kayo ng pera, huwag lang yung trust ng tao. Okay? So, again, yun ang ginagawa ko. Wala lang, grit lang. Yun ang sasabi ko, grit. Diba? Wala akong magawa eh. Wala akong magagawa doon. Nangyari na yan eh. Use it as a feedback. Yung failure na nangyari na yan. And also, hindi ko kasi masabi na na parang muna, vacation ka muna. Nagkaroon ng failure, vacation ka muna. Hindi eh. Kasi pagbalik mo sa realidad, dadalawin ka pa rin ulit ng failure na yan. So, I guess, you grow with those failure na nangyari. And it makes you stronger. Grit lang guys, grit.